Hi, my name is Olivia and this is an introduction video to my channel, Let's Spend Our 20s or LSOT Lifestyle. Whilst we are renovating our first home, which we bought in September last year, the majority of the videos that I will be posting on here will be renovation related, but as we're finishing the house up, my plan is for it to be a bit more lifestyle related. Just to start off, excuse the dirty clothes. My coat is due a clean, I'm not gonna lie, but it's one of those tasks where I don't want to wash my coat just yet because I know that every single time I come around the house, it's going to get dirty again. So it's just one of those tasks that I keep putting off. So excuse me. To give you a little bit of an introduction to our journey so far, me and Harry both knew we wanted to buy a house at some point. We did actually find a new 2-bed terrace house, and then we did book a viewing, but on the day of our viewing we got a call from the estate agent and were told that the house is already off the market. So we were like, okay, fine. Really wanted to have a house that's in a really nice area, that has plenty of walks, is close to both our families. Didn't really want a big house because, I mean, as first time buyers we can't afford a massive house, but we still also wanted a house that could potentially be that forever home at the same time. Came across this house and it was actually listed as a fully modernized property, and on the pictures, like, I will put some pictures up in this video. So when we saw the listing, we were like, oh wow, this house like literally ticks all of our boxes. There's plenty of lovely walks around here. It also seemed done up. Like, we obviously knew we wanted to change the colour of the walls, we wanted to change the floors, the kitchen and the bathroom. Like, although they were nice on the pictures, they weren't quite the sort of style that we were after, but were still done up quite nicely for us to just live in the house and then slowly start like doing the house up in our own time. Yeah, fast forward to the viewing, we walk into the house, and because this Victorian terrace is like the smaller of the Victorian terrace houses, you're walking straight into like the first room, so the front room, what will be our living room. And when we walked in, the floor felt quite spongy. That was one of the things that we questioned, whether the floor needed doing. And when we started to like walk through the house, we could see like loose wires, there was a bit of mold on the windows, condensation. Like, we did start to realise that actually we probably will have to do a little bit of work to the house before we move in properly. Like, the carpets were so dirty, so we knew that that would have needed changing as well. When the estate agent called us back, we did put an offer in which was lower than what the house was listed for, because from having like the discussions with the estate agent and with like the seller, we knew that we would have had to do the floor again. We kind of negotiated a price that we needed to pay to have the floor done was knocked off the price that the property was originally listed for. So yes, then our offer gets accepted. Because it's an old property, we thought we're probably best doing a level 3 survey just to make sure that there isn't anything more major that needs doing to the house. And I mean, spoiler alert, the survey did come back and there wasn't anything that was good about the house. Like, there was a lot of things that needed emergency attention. So basically it wasn't a house that you could just move in and live in. Like, the whole roof needs doing. I'd have to look at the survey, but yeah, I mean, a lot of work needed to be done to the house. Because we kind of knew Harry and both me were already kind of on the fence before that we were considering of potentially buying a doer-upper. And because this house, it actually ticked all our boxes for us. Like, we found out today that there are 2 spots, like we can fit 2 cars on the back of our house. So because we've moved the bins, we've actually managed to get some extra room so we can fit 2 cars on the back of the house. We've got a garden. It's so close to the canal and it's got so many nice walks. Character because it's a Victorian terrace. Yeah, it's just everything that we really want it, to be honest with you. But yeah, so when the survey came back, because there was so many issues with the property, we actually went back and said that we want to renegotiate the price. Sellers didn't want to renegotiate the price with us because they already thought that the price that the house was listed for was quite low. Like, they were just confident that they were going to sell the house for the listed price initially. So like they basically told us, like, you're either saying that you're buying the house today, or if not, we're putting the house back on the market tomorrow. We were kind of just like, yeah, just put it back on the market. House went up, so we put our offer in March, and then like all the negotiation was taking place and the house went back up on the market in the April or maybe even March time. I think it was still March it went back up on the market. And then like we were still going on Rightmove and checking whether the house is still on the market, and it was. And deep down, like even the mortgage advisor, like when we called up to tell him that the house went up on the market, like he was like, oh, you're gonna have to start looking for a new house, etc. But we were like, no, like we knew we were going to buy this house, and we just thought we are going to be patient. Like we are just going to wait it out, see what happens. We were confident, but I mean there was that small percentage of, I mean we did think, like we kind of said to ourselves, like if it does sell, oh well, like that's fine, like it's not the end of the world. There will always be a house that will come up that we will like eventually, and we weren't really in a rush as such to move out. So we waited it out, and then like after our holidays, end of August, we contacted the estate agent again to say that we are genuinely interested in the property, and we resent them the survey results, and then with a lot of back and forth we eventually managed to agree on the price. And yeah, we collected the keys mid-September, and here we are. So yeah, we are now in the process of renovating it. We are super lucky because we've had so much like help from Harry's family with doing the house up so far. Well, demolishing the house so far. I'm going to show you. So this is where the kitchen previously was. Looks like that. The plaster is gone. Then this is going to be like our dining area. All the plaster is gone. We still have like a lot of plasterboard and rubble that we still need to get rid of. Some of it we are taking to the tip today, and then the rest we'll do either on another tip run, or we might just wait for when we have another skip. We have also got rid of the floorboards from this front room. I say we, Harry's got rid of the floorboards because they were so tough to take out. So yeah, we've got rid of the floorboards. We are planning on concreting the floor to match the floor like in the kitchen dining area. And then all the plaster has gone off the walls here as well. So we have knocked down the wall that was here to this room. There was also like a little utility room between this back room and then the bathroom. So where you can see like the floor there, that's basically where the utility room was. And it's so funny because when I saw the house on Rightmove, what actually made me really like the house was that it had a utility room. I've actually made the decision to get rid of the utility room only because, as you can see, like that is where the utility room was, and then that bit where the floorboards are, that was the back room. And I just thought the room was a very awkward shape. So we made the decision that this is going to go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a wall up here and then just make the bathroom a square shape, because that was also a bit of an awkward shape. You'd walk in there, and then where this bit is here, that was where the sink was. So yeah, so we'll basically be making the bathroom a little bit bigger and then the back room a little bit bigger too. Harry's parents very kindly got rid of the loft insulation for us. We did have fiberglass insulation, which is apparently a horrible job, so they said that they would do that for us. Yeah, so that's our roof. The plan is for us to have a dormer there, just to make the house, just to have an extra room in the house. We currently have an architect who is doing the drawings for us, and then once we have the drawings, we will pass them over to the builders, who can then give us a price on how much the dormer will actually cost. Because if it's going to cost a lot of money, we'll probably just say no to it, because it's not really essential. Like we will have 2 rooms. It would just be nice to have that extra room. But yeah, that is really it. I hope you join us on this journey, and yeah, it will be nice to have you along. Here I am with my car all nice and loaded with the plasterboard ready to take to the tip, which is exciting. It's so nice starting to see all that rubbish, like all the plasterboard, all that plaster starting to slowly go, and us being able to see the floor in our house. It's a Saturday and we're around the house, and the plan for today is to finish off the last bits of repointing around the house. And then we've also got all this rubble that needs to be spread out in this room. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over it with a whacker to even it out. So what we're doing now is we're just making our mix of cement. So the plan here is to brick this bit up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have like a pantry over here. And then because we're bricking up the wall over there, we are going to open up this wall here. Also, today, our shed is going.
Not today.
Is it not going today? Someone's coming to see the shed today to potentially get it gone, because ideally we want to get it gone so that we can start doing like the digging outside in the garden, ready for when we go to replace our pipe work. Whilst we're waiting for the cement mixer to mix up the sand and cement, I'll give you a little tour of the house and kind of tell you what is going to be where. So this is the front room, which is going to be our living room. We won't have a telly in here. I just want this to be like a social room. Then just come from there. Over here, we're going to open up this wall so that this is going to be like the walk-through, and then on that side we're going to brick up the wall. Staircase is like in the middle of the house. This is going to be our living room. So this is where we're going to have This is where we're going to have like our telly and a bigger sofa. So the plan is to have like an L-shaped sofa here and then have a TV over there. For the living room online, I have seen a lot of people create like a really nice, cozy cinema living room area by colour drenching the whole room. So that's something that I'd want to do in here. It would just be really, really nice, like make it a bit like a cinema room, because it is going to be just the two of us for the time being. So we've got an extra room that we can play with. And then this open area is going to be the spare room. So this will be like an office area and like a little gym area sort of place. So the plan is to, where that chimney breast finishes, the plan is to build a separation wall, and then this will become a little room, and then another wall will go there, obviously, to separate the room from the bathroom. And then, yeah, this is going to be our bathroom / utility. So the plan is to have a washer dryer there in a cupboard, then a sink, the toilet's going to go there, and then on this side the plan is for us to have a shower bath. So in the dormer, our plan is to have our bedroom and an ensuite. This actually looks quite done to me. Perfect. We were initially thinking of keeping the bathroom where it originally was when we bought the house, but recently we found out that actually it would be better if we moved the bathroom to the spare bedroom. So we are now playing around with how we want the layout to work in that space. Actually come up with a really nice idea for what the layout would be if we keep the bathroom where it currently is. But this space here, I don't actually know if you can see it, but this, so I'll explain that in a second. But this space here is what was supposed to be the spare bedroom, but we are thinking of having this as the bathroom. The reason being is that if we do end up going with having a dormer and having an ensuite in the dormer, it's better for us to have a toilet there, because then that would mean that we can just have the one toilet stack rather than two separate toilet stacks. And the positives of having a toilet there is that we don't have a toilet stack by the location of where we want to potentially have our seating area in the garden. So yeah, so that's my plan for today. Yesterday I had tried out one of the layouts that I thought would work really well, and then I spray painted it on and thought, absolutely not, I don't really like this layout, it just doesn't feel right in practice. So this is where I originally wanted the bathroom to be, and then here I wanted a sink, a unit with a sink, and then here I wanted a washing machine. And then this is where the shower is meant to be, and then obviously the toilet, which is where we're actually going to end up keeping the toilet. But because I've already painted this on, I'm going to use a black spray paint to spray paint over this of the new sort of layout that we have come up with yesterday, which I think works a lot better, but we'll see once we get it drawn. So that is where we were thinking of having the bathroom originally, so literally keeping it where it was when we bought the house. But then I did actually want the bathroom to be in this room, but I wasn't sure whether it would cost a lot to like have it moved. But because we are, like I said before, thinking of having an ensuite in the dormer, it actually works out better for us to have a bathroom here, which I am so happy about because this space is a little bit bigger and we've also only got the one window here, so that is a lot better. Right, so now that I have done the spray painting, like I've finished spray painting on the location of where we want everything to be, I'm gonna get Harry to see it.